What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun, and joining me as always is my partner in crime, Mr. Conor Lawler.
What's going on, Shaun?
Not much. We're just off a hot week of New Year's celebrations.
It's New Year, New Me.
And what is the new you?
Very similar to the old me, but with more flaws.
Oh, interesting. Something to fix in 2021.
Thinking ahead.
Took up smoking, gambling.
Look, you can't just save it all in 1 year. So what about next year? As you say,
if you peak too soon,
no.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. So I'm keeping a lot of my flaws and a lot of my just ill wishes against people. Just really terrible personality traits that I really want to keep around in 2020.
Okay, so this year you're going zero. Maybe next year, hero.
Oh, very good. And what are we doing today, Shaun?
Well, today is Hero or Zero, where we take one character from comic books. Could be DC, could be Marvel.
Could be me.
Could be you.
I'm a zero.
And in fact it is.
No question.
We should do a Hero or Zero on each other someday.
This chap's a dickhead.
Fucking prick. But we go through their good points, their bad points, some of the stories involving them, and just kind of what that character's about.
Yes.
So it is my week this week. You did a fabulous report on Batwoman.
It's gotten a great response.
Yeah, people are really liking that.
I don't know why.
Well, she's a very cool character.
Not the report, anyway. Well, certainly not you.
I think you did quite well, Conor.
I thought you were good too.
Oh, thanks. I'm doing Sleepwalker.
Oh. Sleepwalker.
Sleepwalker has briefly shown up in one of my favourite reports.
Oh no, I remember Sleepwalker.
Yeah.
He's from the worst report we've ever done.
Not true. He wasn't in Craven the Hunter.
He wasn't in Craven the Hunter. What's the other second report? Worst report?
The one that you hate.
8-Ball.
8-Ball, of course. He's the good guy to 8-Ball's bad guy.
Now, very quickly, for anyone just tuning in, this might be their first episode, Shaun.
I hope it is.
Who is 8-Ball?
8-Ball is a small town criminal whose whole shtick is that he dresses up like an 8-Ball because he was a pool hustler, and he has a magic pool stick, pool cue we'll call it, and
if you want,
and he can strike that at supersonic speeds.
Yeah,
he rides around in a big 8-Ball.
Yeah,
but he's got a big 8-Ball on his head.
How is he not made more mainstream?
Why isn't there a Disney Plus show about him?
I thought the whole Avengers trilogy was about him at the end.
Was to build up to 8-Ball.
He was going to come through the portal at the end and we're all going to be saved.
Well, I just think there's not enough villains with spheres on their heads.
Yeah, what are your 3 favourite villains we've done at Hero Zero?
8-Ball, the Orb, Mysterio, in that order.
So 8-Ball, if you thought 8-Ball was bad, surely his hero must be even worse.
Well, it depends on where you stand in bullshit.
Okay. I stand very strongly in the side of no bullshit.
This first sentence is going to reveal a lot about you as a person.
Okay, here we go.
The Sleepwalkers were dream police.
That's very beautiful.
Oh, excellent.
It's poetic.
So they apprehended any beings that invaded the sleeping mind of humans.
Right.
So they're like another dimension, but they just police dreams.
Why? Well, who's committing is it like if you commit crimes in dreams?
Well, there's certain foes to the Sleepwalkers.
I do apologise. Yeah. Please continue.
Well, the Sleepwalker that we follow is called Sleepwalker.
Say that sentence again.
The Sleepwalker that we follow is called Sleepwalker.
James, I wasn't able to crack that code. Right, now we have that locked in.
Yes, his real name is unpronounceable by humans.
Oh,
so everyone just calls him Sleepwalker.
Even better. I think that if I was cynical, I would say that was a lazy way this comic book writer was able to write a name for him.
Well, look, it's like the way Nova is just called Nova.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's not... Okay.
Well, his first name isn't Nova Core. But Sleepwalker was tricked by his longtime foe known as Cobweb.
Lads. So far, Cobweb and Sleepwalker were at so far.
Indeed they were.
Right, great.
So he was tricked into entering the mind of a New York college student named Rick Sheridan and became trapped in his mind.
What? How?
Because Cobweb trapped him.
Oh, Cobweb trapped him. As a cobweb would.
You ever walk through a cobweb?
You almost get trapped in a dream.
It's mildly irritating.
Oh, get off me.
So, after a few confrontations in Rick's dreams, Rick reacted to Sleepwalker by tearing off his Imaginator, which was a badge which allowed them to move around and go to their home plane known as the Mindscape.
Lad, Shaun, this is New Year, New Me, right? I'm really trying to be a better person this year.
Me too.
But this is your first go.
Oh, God.
He pulled off an Imaginator.
Yes, which is a badge.
A badge he wears.
Which lets him go home.
This is Sleepwalker.
Sleepwalker, yeah.
Okay.
But Rick Sheridan tore off the badge.
Right.
In his dream.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
You're on board.
I kind of.
So, this resulted in an odd situation.
It would.
Where, when Rick slept, Sleepwalker could materialise in our world. Or he could converse with Rick in his dreams. So whenever Rick sleeps, Sleepwalker can come out.
Right, okay.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, I'm with you so far.
Oh, really?
Not really.
Oh, okay. So Sleepwalker possessed a colourful gallery of original villains, with a new one being introduced each issue during the beginnings of his run.
I'm sure that was nothing but gold, that they had to keep introducing one every single week.
Well, you tell me.
Right,
the Wikipedia described them as corny, even by the standards of their day.
It's like the pressure of, like, you get a good one, they're like, now you have to come up with a whole different one next week.
Fuck.
Oh,
how do we top 8 ball?
Oh, no. 9 ball? No, that's ridiculous.
No, can't be done. So some of them included the billiard-based 8 ball,
right,
the nerdy bookworm, prison escapees the Chain Gang, and the hypnotic songstress Lullaby.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How is that not the rogues gallery that Batman has? Or Spider-Man?
Because then you're dealing with murder.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Sleepwalker's first encounter with a supervillain is with 8 Ball. He spotted the unusual 8 Ball vehicle while he was scanning the city from high in the sky.
Can he fly?
He can.
Okay.
I'll get to that soon.
Right.
Now, actually, I'm going to tell you now because I think it's funny.
Okay.
He flies, but the further he is from the ground, the weaker he is.
Oh. That's the worst power. Surely flight would take you, I would say, hypothetically, far away from the ground if you were to be in flight.
That's true. He operates in New York as well.
That would be really far from the ground.
A lot of tall buildings.
A lot of tall that you would have to fly over.
Yes,
So
or through.
Or can he fly through them?
Well, sometimes.
Okay, sometimes. But he would lose power the further up he was.
Yeah.
So technically he could just walk and he'd be at full power.
He'd be unstoppable.
He'd be unstoppable.
But he's lazy. So Sleepwalker arrived to question 8 Ball if they were a criminal before reacting to his hostile actions. Still weak from floating in the sky, he quickly gets taken down. When asked, 8 Ball takes the time to politely explain his motives and why people commit crimes.
8 Ball's a nice kind of guy.
Then he collapsed a building on Sleepwalker to finish him off.
Oh, that's gone against what I've just said.
But
again, he picked up the building.
His return to the ground restored Sleepwalker's strength.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And he rose from the rubble to send 8 Ball and his gang running.
Why would he ever leave the ground? Like, if you're
showmanship,
if you're Superman on the fucking ground and you're just shit in the air, but you have the ability to fly, you just stay on the ground.
Did he just practice flight for so long? He's like, I have to use it.
It's a waste.
Yeah,
he got the license, and now it's a waste.
He has to renew it every year.
He got the license. He's in the city, but he has to keep using it.
There's no space to keep a car. So while the gang were running away, Sleepwalker held onto their vehicle, but Rick Sheridan awoke and caused Sleepwalker to fade away, allowing them to escape.
Right.
So we're
amazing,
isn't it just?
Yeah, no, I'm so far in here.
Now the Sleepwalkers, they're the group.
Sleepwalker's in his name and he's flying.
Yeah, when you think of that.
Yeah.
Jez, I didn't think this through.
No, I don't think it's on you. I think it's on another man or woman
created this monster
in some sort of comics creation base.
So Nightmare was one of the deadliest enemies of the Sleepwalkers.
Of course.
Yeah, he was unable to influence Sleepwalkers due to the Sleepwalkers not needing to sleep.
Right.
So Nightmare, his whole thing is that he could come into your dreams and influence you to do things.
I know of another villain in a movie that does that as well.
Who could do such a thing?
He's a slashy boy.
He's a slashy boy. Wolverine.
Wolverine.
A Hawkeye, perhaps. A Deadpool.
Look, all of them, and there's another guy, he's got like long fingers.
Plastic Man?
Plastic Man is who I'm thinking.
E.T.?
He does phone up.
Excellent. In a plan to change so Nightmare's whole thing was that he wanted to be able to affect the Sleepwalkers, even though they didn't need to sleep. So he entered the mind of Sleepwalker's human host Rick, and he used his mind to send Sleepwalker mad.
Does Rick know that he's...
Yeah, him and Rick have just an agreement.
Oh, they've gotten a written agreement.
It's like a flat share.
Oh, right. Some sort of contract situation as tenants of the body.
Exactly.
Okay.
But, Sleepwalker can do what he wants at night. Because Rick is still safe at home in his bed.
Yeah, and he doesn't get harmed.
No, not at all.
Okay, then.
So he used his powers to send Sleepwalker mad and allow him access to the mind of all Sleepwalkers. Sleepwalker then sacrificed his way home to prevent the Nightmare from harming his people. So he cut himself off.
Wow.
From everyone.
He's a hero.
He is a hero, or a zero.
Absolute zero, but let's keep going.
Okay.
Maybe convince me.
We're going into his powers now.
Oh, great.
So he has superhuman strength.
But only when he walks.
Mostly when he walks. Superhuman durability.
But only when he walks.
Superhuman reflexes.
But only when he's on the ground.
Superhuman stamina.
Around the ground area he would, yeah.
Well, he has superhuman stamina if he has enough mental energy.
Right.
So if he's wrecked, not stamina
But
enough.
you said he never gets tired.
Oh, he'll never pass out. But he can run out of mental energy.
He just gets a bit sleepy.
He can use it all up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know when you get drowsy, but you don't want to go to sleep.
Not at all.
I'm a big boy. I'll stay up all night.
Superhuman vision.
Oh.
So he could
2020.
What a year. So he can see greater than human limits. And his only offensive power, warp gaze.
Warp gaze?
Yes.
Can I guess what that is?
You can, of course.
He fucks with your mind when he looks at you?
Even weirder.
Okay.
With his vision-based power, Sleepwalker could alter the shape of physical objects and twist them to his purposes. He initially demonstrated this by using it to distort the sidewalk to capture a criminal.
Right.
So he can just manipulate things by looking at them.
Okay. I've never seen that. Who else has that power?
Molecule Man?
Maybe.
I guess.
Something to do with atoms, I suppose.
Yeah. So his control of the warp gaze is to a level that he can fashion an entire Spider-Man costume from raw fabric while having no knowledge of sewing.
Could he, hypothetically, fly into the air and then warp a footpath underneath him while he's like 50 feet into the air?
To just carry it along with him.
And then he would efficiently have the ground underneath him and also the ability to fly.
I think that's not a bad idea, though I think it's more altitude rather than distance.
Okay.
If you get me.
Okay, but if he had like a Silver Surfer thing, but instead of like a
surfboard.
Instead of a board, it was made of like tarmac or just dirt from the ground.
I think
I've broken the system
I think you figured out the loophole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't done.
No, I don't think the writers wanted to just like engage with that idea.
Okay.
It was just easier to say, nah, he can't.
Okay.
So while he's in the mindscape, which is like the dream world, his control is as fine and sharp as a scalpel.
Right.
So he's just like, he's very good.
He's very good.
The warp gaze is very good.
Wow.
While he can use the warp...
That's the worst
description.
On Hero Zero, I think we've ever done. You know his power, it's very good.
It's very good, lads. It's
Batman, punching, he's very good.
Very good at it.
He would be very good at it.
While Sleepwalker can use the warp gaze directly on a living being, he has sworn an oath to avoid doing so because of the mental trauma it induces. Exceptions can be made in certain situations.
Oh, I thought he was a good guy. Yeah.
Such as lethal threats, possession, and on extra-dimensional beings.
And on people he just doesn't like.
Just, if someone kicks Rick in the face, they're getting warped.
That's a warping.
Rick kicks himself in the face.
That's a warping.
That's a warping. When using the warp gaze on a possessed person, it acts to force out the possessing entity.
Right.
So if someone's possessed, he can...
That's actually quite a handy thing.
Quite useful. X-Men use it a lot.
But he can only do that when Rick's asleep.
Yeah.
So really, that's not real much use at all unless if Rick is up and about.
Well, if you put Rick in a coma...
beat Rick to within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
Stick him in a coma.
Make him wish he was dead.
Make him wish he was torture him a little bit.
Just cut off his knees.
All of his fingernails can come home with you.
Just pull them.
Pull them straight out. Just as he's about to pass out, then just put him in a coma. So, Jesus, now you've got Sleepwalker 24/7.
Everyone loves Sleepwalker.
Party boy is here.
So he also has the powers of flight, and he can use the warp gaze to form a wind tunnel behind him to make him faster.
Oh.
He has regenerative healing factor, mental power amplifier, so anyone, like any psychics around him, their powers are stronger around him. And he has mental energy absorption, so he can absorb energy from mental and psychic attacks.
But you're after listing off 10 really cool fucking powers there.
Yeah.
But his villain is 8-Ball, who's essentially a man with a pool cue.
Yeah, and he's a very good puncher.
And he's a very good puncher, and I'm not taking that away from 8-Ball.
I hope you're not.
I'm just saying there might be a difference in power levels between your hero and villain in said story.
Well, you know, Sleepwalker, he's a good sport.
Yeah, he would have to be, because otherwise he would just warp that cue into like a snake.
Yeah.
And the 8-Ball is fucked.
I didn't think... You were just writing around this character. You're writing circles around him. He also has superhuman strength. He can lift up to 25 tons. When absorbing mental energies, he can lift far in excess of that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So his weaknesses then, he is dependent on Rick Sheridan to be asleep before
but we figured that out. Coma. Beat the chap to within an inch of his life.
Flight ceiling, which is the further he floated from the ground, the weaker he would get.
As is helpful for flight.
This was only shown in his second appearance and never mentioned again.
They made it up to bring him down a level, and then they were like, fuck, that makes no sense.
Yeah. He has even flown to another planet with no ill effects.
How far from the ground is it?
Well, you reach a point, then you're getting closer to another ground.
Between Earth and the next planet, he's halfway there going, just I feel the power coming back now.
I like this.
Yeah.
And he developed light addiction. So it was later in his life, and he developed an addiction to light from a certain synthetic diamond.
Sorry? Light addiction.
Got addicted to light.
As in daytime?
Well, as in looking at light through a diamond. Just fucking loved it. Fucking mad about it, so he was. The addiction became so overwhelming that Sleepwalker forced his way out of Rick's mind while Rick was awake and put the young man into a coma.
Of course. But that's the worst addiction ever.
What's wrong with a light addiction, Conor?
Because why? What does he gain from that? He just looks at pretty lights.
He likes it.
He likes it.
Nice.
Thank you.
Fuck.
No, I'm out.
No, it's not happening.
So he just...
What? What?
Yeah, we got it.
A diamond, it's like a jewel.
Yeah.
Jewel, kilojoules.
No, not get it.
1.21 gigawatts.
72 watts.
Yeah, that's a good bulb.
Yeah, that's a strong bulb. I'd use one of those eco-friendly bulbs.
It takes a while to warm up.
A while to warm up, but they're saving the planet a little bit.
6 watts, but at the same lumens. Would you like to hear his rating on the Marvel 1 to 7
Some Sleepwalkers looking into this like, fuck, I'd love to be part of that conversation.
I just love talking about light.
I love looking at light.
I love smoking light.
Oh, Jesus, now.
So on the power grade, he has an intelligence of 4. Strength.
How?
Because he's a smart boy.
Okay.
Strength of 4, speed of 3, durability of 6, energy protection of 6, and fighting skills of 4.
He's fucking overpowered to the max.
Yeah, he's pretty unreal. I'm going to look up 8-Ball's ones.
8-Ball, there's no way that 8-Ball has anything that can compete with that.
Because, the lowest that Sleepwalker has is a 3.
Yeah, and that's superhuman level.
Yeah, that's in excess of Olympic runners.
Yes.
It's some kind of enhanced.
So you're telling me that 8-Ball, a man with just a pool cue, is fighting this god?
Well, he's also got a little...
a little helmet.
A little helmet and a little,
8-Ball car?
8-Ball car, the 8-Ball mobile.
Yes.
I'm scrolling down on the wiki here.
Okay.
Because I certainly remember him having a power grid.
He definitely has one, but I wouldn't assume that it's very good.
€100 if you can tell me 8-Ball's first name.
Oh, right. I listened to this. I was there for the conversation. It was 9 months or 10 months ago. Trevor.
Jeff.
Oh, so close.
I know. You're always so close. I can't find a rating system for 8 Ball.
They couldn't even rate 8 Ball. That's how little they give a shit about him.
That's how unfair this fucking fight is.
Yes, he's a wad and everything. You know the guy in your local pub who's just really good at pool? That is 8 Ball. He just put a helmet on.
And got a cool car,
and has a cool car, I suppose.
Oh, hang on, I have it. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no. Here we go. So, please, again, it was a 4, a 3, a 4.
It was a 4, a 4, a 3.
A 6.
A 6, a 6, a 4.
Yeah.
8 Ball starts off well. 4 intelligence.
That's not true.
Strength of 2.
Okay.
Speed of 2. Durability of 2. Energy of 1. Fighting skills of 2. So I think Sleepwalker is about twice as good as 8 Ball.
I think Sleepwalker might kill that man.
Just with no effort. If Rick would stop waking up from that coma...
8 Ball tries to wake up Rick.
He just starts slapping him.
Like, please.
I'm gonna die.
He's kicking the shit out of me.
It's like that scene in Airplane where they're all queuing up.
He's got nunchucks.
He would have nunchucks.
He would. He's the 8 Ball. I think that's a pretty good report on a character I've never heard of.
And you would like to never hear about again.
Probably. I will never probably look him up. But does he look cool?
He looks pretty cool. He looks like Skeletor from He-Man.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But purple and green.
Look, can't be a bit of purple and green.
It's cheap ink.
It's cheap ink. So that is it for another week of Hero Zero. You can follow us on Twitter at Heroes for Hire Pod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook Heroes for Hire Podcast. Instagram Heroes for Hire Podcast. We have a Patreon if you want to support the show. It's Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire Podcast.
Patreon.com/Heroes for Hire Podcast. One of these weeks.
I got it right once and I was so proud of myself.
I've never repeated.
It's all in the description, so don't worry about that. Once again, thank you very much for everyone who supports the show already, and thank you very much for everyone for helping vote on your top 10 weird news stories from earlier on in the week.
That came out on Wednesday.
It was 3 hours long.
I nearly died.
Yeah.
I do one bit of work every year and it's that,
and he whinges about it for 12 months.
And I can't wait to do it in 2020.
Oh, can't wait. So yes, I've been Conor.
I've been Shaun.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.